Can I tell my taxi driver story?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know which one.
Well, Marty used to become quite apoplectic, especially with studio people, like all the classic directors that we all have learned so much from, and Marty said, "I'm having a big problem. You got to come look at the last scene." I hadn't seen any of the movie. You didn't show me the movie. You had me come to the cutting room. Marcia Lucas was cutting with you, and you said, "I just want to show you the shootout at the end."
Yeah, and actually, you helped with one of the cuts I was having a problem with. I told Susan Lacey the other day there was a guy with the glasses that got shot, and I said, "I can't make this thing work." He said, "Do this and that," and it worked. It was on Moviola, actually.
It was on Moviola then. So Marty shows me the sequence, which is with no context, with nothing coming before that scene. I was completely gobsmacked. It was absolutely astonishing. And Marty said, "Okay, I showed it to you because the studio is telling me I have to cut it." I said, "What?" "They're telling me we're going to get an X rating. I've got to cut the scene. Or I've got to cut all the blood out. I got to cut the fingers coming off when the gun goes off. I got to cut the overhead shot with all the gore and all the long camera that goes all the way where you took the roof off and shot straight down."
Yeah.
And when Marty could work himself up in those days, not anymore the way he used to.
A little calmer.
But he's a lot calmer. He could so work himself up. And so Marty was actually plotting murder at that point. And could he get away with it?
And I'm going to kill him. Listen, there's nothing else. I'm going to kill him.
I won't mention the person you
No,
wanted
please,
to kill.
no.
I won't do that.
It turned out it was all right, but
But here's what it turned out. You had a great idea. You explain what you did.
Desaturate the color.
He desaturated the color, and the MPAA gave him an R rating.
Yeah.
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 Matt, you should see what a 44 Magnum is going to do to a woman's pussy. You should see.
Well, you know, the image that comes to mind that I'll never forget is out of Raging Bull with the rope and the blood, just that macro close up of the just blood dripping from the rope.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't have. You know, that said everything. Sometimes that's the great thing about directing. I just want to start by saying that, you know, for me, this is just an exceptional experience watching your film. And you know how I feel about all of your films, but this one stands out in a way for me that's so impactful. It's an epic journey, but it's not a Hollywood epic for me. It's a humanitarian epic. I think you demonstrated such sensitivity to the Osage customs, their spoken language, their music, their deep faith in Wakanda, and the irony that Osage means the chosen people of chance, which turns out to be, with the discovery of oil, both a blessing and a curse. And your direct involvement with the Osage throughout the making of this film, I think, reflects such a foundation of trust that happened, I believe, with your association with Chief Standing Bear,
yes,
and the Osage survivor community. But you know, had they read the book? Because in the David Grenn book, you know, there's much more emphasis on the formation of the FBI through J. Edgar Hoover than the final movie. Because I think 60 Osage were murdered. Eventually, most of those were unsolved. Right. When Jesse Plemons arrives, what arrives with him is the hope of justice. And for me, what arrived with Ernest was I kept hoping for Ernest. I kept praying and hoping that he didn't know the insulin was laced with arsenic. I kept hoping that he wasn't that complicit in a woman that he truly loves, but he's torn by the righteousness of King. I mean, it's so complicated, it's so complex, but they work so well together. I mean, it's so amazing to see Bobby D and Leo D in this film together. I just realized Bobby D and Leo D. You know, I kept thinking, because I kept trying to hang. I wanted to like somebody in that town. You know, I mean, I loved all the Osage, everybody. I wanted to like somebody in the town, and I kept hanging on to how could I like Ernest. And at one point, I kept thinking that Ernest had a similar quality to Lenny Small in Of Mice and Men.
Oh yeah, we got,
and that
we
was
thought
kind
that.
of my
Yeah,
way
yeah,
into
yeah,
Ernest,
yeah.
because in a way, this film and a lot of other films that you've made, kind of, force the audience to rediscover their own moral compass. Because as an audience, our moral compass is being tested constantly. And in this film, you have two guys who cause us to interrogate ourselves from the very, very beginning. And especially when we start to feel something like hope for Ernest, which I did. Yeah, because, Lily was able to, with just a glance or just a look away, she had such an inner life and an inner monologue. I could almost read her mind about how she was feeling about Ernest and about her sisters and her fear that Anna was going to go too far one day. And I also think the supporting players, just the faces of the entire supporting cast. The sisters are all incredible. The mom is amazing. But you cast locals. You are the master of our medium, and this is your masterpiece, Marty.
Thank you.
I'm gonna kill her with a 44 Magnum pistol. And a 44 Magnum pistol. I'm gonna kill her with that gun. Did you ever see what a 44 Magnum pistol would do to a woman's face? I mean, it would fucking destroy it. Just blow her right apart. I'm gonna kill her with a 44 Magnum pistol. And a 44 Magnum pistol. I'm gonna kill her with that gun. Did you ever see what a 44 Magnum pistol would do to a woman's face? I mean, it would fucking destroy it. Just blow her right apart. I'm gonna kill her with a 44 Magnum pistol. And a 44 Magnum pistol. I'm gonna kill her with that gun. Did you ever see what a 44 Magnum pistol would do to a woman's face? I mean, it would fucking destroy it. Just blow her right apart. I'm gonna kill her with a 44 Magnum pistol. And a 44 Magnum pistol. I'm gonna kill her with that gun. Did you ever see what a 44 Magnum pistol would do to a woman's face? I mean, it would fucking destroy it. Just blow her right apart. I'm gonna kill her with a 44 Magnum pistol. And a 44 Magnum pistol. I'm gonna kill her with that gun. Did you ever see what a 44 Magnum pistol would do to a woman's face? I mean, it would fucking destroy it. Just blow her right apart. I'm gonna kill her with a 44 Magnum pistol. And a 44 Magnum pistol. I'm gonna kill her with that gun. Did you ever see what a 44 Magnum pistol would do to a